Good afternoon. My name is Tony Hodge and I'm with Futrell Marine in Nashville, Arkansas. And I want to spend a few minutes in explaining to you why I feel like Xpress is the best aluminum boat that's produced today. You owe it to yourself, if you're in the aluminum boat market, to come and check out an Xpress and see how the boat's built, see how the boat is foamed, how we use foam for rigidity and have positive flotation, and how all the decks are tied in. There's no screw in, no bolt in. Everything is tied in together. Everything is just top quality, high-end product is what's comprised of an Xpress. Great workmanship, great material, and experience is what you get when you buy an Xpress boat. Let's just touch a second on the first for Xpress. Xpress was the first all-welded boat. They were the first to use extruded aluminum ribs, the first to have the hyperlift hull, the first to use positive flotation, but not only for flotation, but for construction. They were the first to offer an aluminum trailer as standard on their package. And Xpress is also an exclusive Yamaha package. They could sell other brands, but they feel that Yamaha is the best brand for their application, and they want to give their customers the best. The old saying, "the best never rests," is really true with Xpress also. Constantly changing, constantly doing what they need to do to be on the cutting edge. And but also remember that there's also no change with Xpress. The same company that started this, the same family that started this, is still at the helm. It went from Kermit Bryant to Rodney Herndon to Rodney's son Roy Herndon, who is at the helm now. So the same family, the same theory, passed down for 3 generations, is what's leading the company. Xpress started in 1966 by a man by the name of Kermit Bryant. Kermit was in Natchez, Mississippi, Vidalia, Louisiana area, and he had a outdoor power store. And Kermit started selling a few aluminum boats. Kermit recognized the need to do welded aluminum. The boats he was selling at that time was riveted, and he had people coming in complaining about feet getting wet and stuff, and he seen there was a good need for an alternative way of building boats, and Kermit decided that welding aluminum was the best way to go. And at that point, take into consideration that at that point the tools was not there to build aluminum boats. You didn't have the welding guns, you didn't have the vices, the clamps, and the presses that are available today that was not available then. So Kermit made, modified, and invented tools to do what he needed to do. Kermit moved to Arkansas in the late 60s and early 70s and started mass producing welded aluminum boats. Kermit built the only all-welded aluminum boat for many, many years. He soon was being copied by other manufacturers. Kermit decided that, hey, he was always on the cutting edge, and he decided that there was a need for a pad hull in an aluminum boat. So Kermit spent a few years designing, building, scrapping, building, designing, testing, building, designing, and testing a pad hull aluminum boat. The first boat that was manufactured was a 16-foot pad boat, the H41, and Xpress sold many, many of these. The next size that was introduced was a 17-foot boat, the H51. That boat exploded on the market. The boat was designed for stump release, and to this day you cannot hang a Hyperlift Series Xpress boat on a stump. But Kermit, being from Louisiana, the stumpy fishing areas he knew it was a big major problem, and he designed a boat that would not hang on a stump. And of course, being in Louisiana, when this boat was delivered down there, the first thing that the Louisiana guys done is they hung a 115 on the back of it, and my goodness, we got an aluminum boat that's running 50+ miles an hour. So hence the performance boat was born. And we graduated from the H41, H51 to the 18-foot H56, and then the Pro Series, and developed into what we have now, the X19 and X21s that are out there competing head-to-head with fiberglass boats on the BASS tournament trails and FLWs. I mean, it's just unreal at how these boats perform and how they handle. But getting back to the tools that Kermit manufactured in the way of production, you cannot beat experience. And that's what I tell people when they ask me why Xpress. The way an Xpress boat is built, the materials, For example, the aluminum is a 52 H34 hardness compared to everybody else mainly using 5005. Well, to the average person, that's not important, but to me, knowing that a 5005 is a softer material, it's easier to work with, and it's mainly used in architectural design, where a 5052 H34 is made specifically for marine applications. It's a harder metal. Most people don't like using it because it's really hard to use. And on hyperlift hulls and boats of Xpress design, you make a lot of breaks and a lot of hard turns and breaks in this metal that stresses and fatigues this stuff. So you got to have a good metal, a good stout hard metal to handle this. And that's where you see the difference. That's where the difference comes into play, is the experience that I was talking about. That's where this comes in, knowing from trial and error that Xpress has experienced since 1966 that others that are coming into the business now have no idea about. So there's many things on this that Xpress knows that the other ones don't know. And I mean, you go walk up to an Xpress, it has a unique style. You run one that has a unique running experience with it. And you know, it really is. You've got to get in one to express yourself and understand what we're talking about when we're talking about come and ride and feel and see the difference. If you'd like to have more information about Xpress Boats, please feel to give me a call. Tony Hodge at Futrell Marine. 870-845-3122 is my phone number. Tony at futrellmarine.com is my email address. Contact me any way that you feel comfortable in contacting me, and I will be glad to talk to you. Check us out on the web at www.futrellmarine.com. I look forward to hearing from you soon. Thank you.